The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. Puts one in the pocket. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. No good up high. No heavy. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. The jump-in is denied. Okay, creating some space here. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Hits him with his free flow. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps. Throws them to negate the block. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Goes to the overdrive. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Out of range, relatively safe. Both sides have the super gauge max and ready to rip. Doing some quick planning? Time for a drink. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Dry gauge management here is going to be vital. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Drink level maxed out. This party's getting crazy. Smart play with the throw. Hits him with a stop and pop. Gut punch wraps it up with a decisive combo. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Gets a risky buff in. Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Blocks and eats it. A jump in? Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Yo, cut that boy off, he's had too much! What's next? At the midway point of the round. Still lots of time left in this fight. The pace of the round is going to pick up. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Slams on the brakes and shuts out the counter. Player 1 with the rhythm, owning that big leg sit. Turns out, player 1 is in a very good spot now. Noticeable life lead is a comeback. What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. The drink level's at 4. All inhibitions are out the window. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. All right, what's coming up next? Holds out with the block. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 chases them down. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. The jump-in is denied. Takes a trip. Life lead is open. Experience cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive-in. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Shoots off a fireball up close. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. They break things off to take a quick breather. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Grabs them, knockdown, and max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Good distance for a shot. Midway through the round, expect to see our fighters settle into their groove. Drink level max out. This party's getting crazy. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Escapes with the reversal. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Sets up with the jump in. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is a complete shutdown. They can't escape. Chuck the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. No lapse in judgment goes unpunished. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Hope knocked them out of the air. Barely blocks the jump in. They're laying into each other. Both fighters are raring to go. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Crowns them from above. Free full strikes. Plenty of health, full gauges. Let's go. Player one is in a very good spot now. Close range projectiles. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. A jump in. Happy hour. Player two has a full drive gauge but is on the brink of death. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? He'll cut that boy off. He's had too much. What a finish. Player one was an absolute beast.